points about 3-2.
Well, you have to have at least no more than 2 losses in order to make it to the play-in race for brackets. So this is a bubble. Whoever takes a loss today is going to be out of playoff contention for the remainder of the tournament.
Bubble's going to pop for the loser of this race.
Yeah. Yeah. Zelga is not using Phoenix Wright today, which is different.
He's going right with the professor.
No, it's Emma also from Phoenix Wright, but
well,
yeah.
Same game.
And Spreve using the dark version of Saku Sprite, Dark Maple Cleaner. I think that's what it is, or something. Both are starting off with a sync start, though.
All right, so Sanctuary is going to be a kind of ill start with that location.
Yeah,
it's one that you don't look forward to.
Yeah,
but will give us a quick Houlihan.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's like if we were to see somebody who was going to do like the Houlihan start, like they'd be getting the Witch's Side entrance. At this point, like the Witch's Side entrance is probably the last thing they're going to go check. And in the Light World.
You know, the nice thing about having a bottle is that when you find the sick kid, you're able to collect the prize.
Yeah.
Now we get free bombs because we found the Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, and Zelda managed to get a full magic off of one of the guards. So that's pretty nice, too. But, oh, you know what? We got a free bottle.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we're probably just going to Prussian camera unlock in a second.
Mm-hmm. Simultaneous desert compass grabs.
Yeah, now Zelda doubled back into Link's house and got an extra heart container, so...
Yeah, probably... the death warp is a little harder for him to pull off.
Yeah.
You're just seeing just how few seconds that does cost him, but it does cost him a fraction of time.
Yeah. I mean, he's actually not that far behind. He's like, considering that he also like walked up half a screen to fish out that full magic.
Right, that's exactly what I mean. It's just he lost a microsecond.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a horrible place for that berry.
The berries are just like wonderful locations today.
I was talking about the fairy that caused Brave to have to go back to take another piece of damage so he could actually use the potion.
Yeah.
All right, there are 2 items that are Bobot. Well, yippee. You're not really caring about a shield.
No, I mean, we'll care about it when we discover that our first bow is on laser bridge or something. But we'll worry about that later. Zelga's going to continue on, looks like, the Eastern Palace area. And
yeah, instead of doing the save and quit.
Yeah. Or is just going for more bombs. Alright.
I mean, bombs are not a bad thing.
No. But Bree's is going to take a look and see what our drop down over at the castle is. Well, and there's a fire rod on the island.
I mean, that's at Hyrule Castle shop. Or not the Hyrule Castle shop, but the shop there, the lake shop. That's why he did the exit the way he did.
Yeah, he hadn't checked that exit, so he went back. He wanted the Death War so he could check it. That's Bonker exit, the main castle entrance.
Actually, forgot. Usually in this kind of mode, I am marking down entrances to make note to myself of what we have found.
Yeah, I've got an entrance tracker up, so don't worry.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
I just won't need to use it. All right, so the well was over here at Hyrule Castle, wasn't it?
Yeah. We did get the flute out of that, which is actually really nice for, especially like less than 5 minutes into the seat.
It gives us a reason to get to the village.
Yeah, we can get to CAC, and we now have mountain access, so we can probably try to fish out that save and quit location. But there was a big key here, and which one was it? I don't know.
A castle tower small. So we got the big key to Skullwoods. That's the Yippee key.
Yeah.
One of the two Yippee keys in this game.
What's the Harris Mall? The Yippee. But yeah, no, that in Swamp Palace. It's
yeah.
You don't need them, but sorry.
Well, especially Skullwoods, because Skullwoods does not. You don't need that to go through the boss, and of course, the boss section is detached from the regular section. As we're gonna find out, our green pendant is Thieves Town.
Unfortunately, just a bug net and a useless map over in the south of Hyrule.
What's wrong with the Hyrule Castle map?
Well, fortunately, it doesn't tell us if it's a pendant or crystal because there's no boss. So. Now, Bree opted not to check the race game prize. We'll see if Zelga opts to.
We've seen races that have come down to whether or not runners check that race game.
Yeah. There's our 20 rupee cave at the tavern. Both the runners are pretty good on money, so nobody's going to bother looking at it. Smiths are sitting nice and cack today, so that's pretty good.
Zelga is going to check. And nothing spectacular as we find Ice Palace over here in the bomb hut.
Yeah, neither runner's going to go check Huckshot Cave right now, not when they still have to activate the flute. Getting back to it's going to be fast enough. If you find the other side, you find the other side. You have a target here.
Okay, that is Death Mountain Descension, the mainland cave.
Yeah. We'll put a pin on that one for later. Looks like the Mad Bat is vanilla today.
Another magic bag. And over at the Breadsmiths, we get ourselves a fairy cave that we won't ever use. Just a lot of exploration going on early on. But we do find Eastern, so everyone who's a fan of Zelga will get to put in the famous emote. Zelda finding out about the whole Death Mountain Descension Cave right there as well.
Yeah, I don't honestly expect either one to check Eastern Palace right now. Breve might want to, knowing how, if they want to play the metagame and know how Zelda routes, but you don't have a sword, you don't have a lamp. Realistically, like, and it's right next to the flute spot, so you can just get back here whenever you want to. There's better things you could be doing with your time. It's been a very healthy seed so far. That's like their third or fourth hard container. But unfortunately, no real items yet. Alright. Well, here's going to be kind of like a possible divergence point. That's the right side of Desert Palace, sitting over at the right Elder's Hut. This is a connector you can chase, and it also has an item in it, which unfortunately is just a map. But it is worth something that might be worth breaking off the route going up to Lost Woods for. Well, we're probably getting the boots today. Oh, interesting. So Zelda is opting to go out Desert Palace main. Breve opted to go out Desert Palace left and got stuck there. Eastern and Skullwoods are... Hey, game. We have a vanilla Desert Palace main entrance today. And our bomb shop is over at the Witch's Hut.
Funny, that sounds like a race I was just in earlier.
Yeah. It's you know, sometimes this game just loves to do things. But Zelda's gonna get locked out here, but he's actually gonna be happy he got locked out here, because you got locked out of the glove entrance.
And we find GT as well.
Yeah. Also, we now know where a glove is, so...
Where is
it?
it?
It's on the Desert Torch. So both runners know that.
That seems like a minor detail.
Yeah. I'd actually be really interested to see what's on the GT Torch as well.
Maybe it's the mids.
Oh, God.
Okay. Game. You've got jokes.
Yeah. Now, I think Bree just didn't go and check the other entrances down by the as part of the desert entrances. So You know, that actually isn't. Actually, wait, no. I was going to say that's not a bad connector to realize it, but we have the mitts. We have the glove already. The flute already.
All right, where was GT, by the way? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it was Mini Moldorm Cave.
Also, we found TR Bridge.
Yeah. This has to be, I missed which one specifically, but I'm assuming this is probably the Eastern Palace area.
Palace of Darkness, small key. I'll be mortified if we do find a bow here, by the way.
Yeah.
For the reasons that we specified just a few moments ago.
Just a lot of money. And yeah, Zelga's going to pretty much follow the same sort of route right now, because this is a good way to look. Oh, he's gone up the mountain.
Yeah, but this is where TR Bridge was, or
okay.
Laser Bridge was, yeah.
Okay. Because I thought Brief had gone and done, they had fluted to 5, and then I guess they opted not to check the rest of the Eastern Palace area after finding Hookshot Cave there.
Mm-hmm.
Possible on the Hyrule Castle small. We haven't seen any of our entrances to Hyrule Castle yet. So that is somewhat interesting. Just a map to Ice Palace and Aquinas.
I mean, that is such a wonderful map, too. It's a map of beauty. Okay, yeah. I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a map to a dungeon we've already got into, so nobody's gonna look at it for a while. Oh, good. Spectacle Rock Cave.
Almost vanilla.
Yeah, just over one entrance. So, I'm actually surprised Reva's doing this.
I am, but I'm also not, given the fact that we do have a flute.
Well... So, I say I'm surprised that Reva's doing this. There is the flute, but there's also... We're still having to climb back up the mountain repeatedly in order to find the old saving quid. And that's a sword up on Spectacle Rock.
Is that?
Yes, it is.
That's a fun place for a sword.
Yeah, that's a sword that Brief hasn't seen.
It's also a save and quit here for Brief.
Yeah. Brief will probably see it in just a second after going back up the mountain.
Yeah, and you flew back to 1 in this case.
So, Earlman was at the top of Spectacle Rock. The more annoying of the locations to be.
Yeah, but at least it's not Hera entrance.
Yeah.
For the old man.
Yeah.
Because then, despite your best interests, you have to come back up the mountain.
Yeah. Fortunately, we're just like climbing to go check every... We still got to go check a few more entrances here and there. Yeah, I don't expect Zelga to check this. I think he'll just kind of walk this out and then check the rest of Death Mountain. It's interesting to know. Oh, no, he's wrong. I guess. Well, he's got the save and quit, so I guess that's probably his logic here. But he's going to have orphaned one entrance up on, three entrances up on Death Mountain.
Yeah, we'll see what Zelga chooses to do, considering the fact that that would, as you pointed out, that orphan's one square.
Yeah.
Oh, for all we know, it could be a square that we need. It could be a square we don't need.
Well,
oh
it's
boy.
the brewery, and it's just bombs.
Okay, so we're not missing a lot here. But we do get Old Man start location here, and that's our connection to TR Bridge.
Yeah, that's a nice start, save and quit, but
yeah, we can't do anything about that other cave without a moon pearl, but it's information.
Yeah, that's a nice place to look at. When we get the moon pearl, we're just gonna go in there and kill those mini multinorms for 5 items immediately.
And we have instant access to Myers Shed area too. And Ether is going to be the medallion required. I did not get to see what's on that ledge.
It was a key of some form.
That's always fun.
I believe a big, but we can grab it.
TR front, located at Meyer Right. A small key to the Palace of Darkness. And Zelga finding another connector. This would be the Fairy Ascension. And that gives you access to the right side of the mountain.
Yeah. Now, a lot of what Zelda's doing is out of logic, but it's only out of logic by having the lamps and not too much of a big deal. Thieves Town, big key on...
Super bunny, huh? And Sick Kid as well. Hi there, Bo.
Hello. We finally have actual offense that isn't bombs.
It's still limited to the 30 that you have in your arsenal, but you have... you like that better.
Yeah, that's unfortunately the lower side of Upper Cave. A lot of connectors so far.
Yep, and Zelga's going to go through the connector now that guarantees us 2 items.
Yeah, just a map on Castle Tower today, so nobody's really going to be beating Aga for that.
Well, what if I want to beat Aga?
I mean, you can if you want to, like, your flippers or your hammers somehow locked over there, but yeah.
Otherwise, it's you're talking a 4-minute investment.
Pretty much. So, I don't believe you've seen Cannon. I don't believe you've seen Fairy, the useless Fairy, right now.
Yeah, both of them are still MIA.
Yeah, so I got a 50-50 on having to do a climb. Yeah, so Reeve sees it's my area over, that it was TR Bridge over there, and it's gonna head for my area. You know,
that's good information to the point that your mirror is less useful with this TR Bridge.
Yeah. Really, all the will get you now at this point is the Spiral Cave entrance, and that's if you don't have the hammer.
And there might be other ways to get there.
Yeah. So Zelga is gonna do a little more digging now. We don't really have too much of the overworld left other than Eastern Palace area.
Yeah, this is Zelga wanting to repair a loose hole that he has right now before it becomes a problem.
Yeah. And he'll probably, yeah, and at this point, like, we don't have a good way into the Dark World other than like the only two Dark World entrances we have in Logic right now are the two on this side of Death Mountain. So we haven't seen Hype Cave and we haven't seen Hammer Pegs yet. So we still have a chance to find the Moon Pearl in the Dark World. And considering all the other connectors we've seen, we're probably not going to be actually doing some bunny walking. Yeah.
Although Paradox gives us quite an interesting scenario here.
Yeah, we're about to go find the Paradox entrance that's in the lane world and then re-enter so we can lose Bunny State.
And Agate Tower as well. That side of the mountain's kind of stacked, and Brev did not check these.
Yeah. Yeah. Zolga actually, Zolga has a small, we did find that Castle Tower small key in the sewers. Or in the, the Hyrule Castle.
In the back, yeah.
Escape. So, we are going to be able to get all the item. Now, of course, Zelda doesn't know right now that you don't actually have to beat Agate Tower to seed. At least not officially. Wow. Okay, so that's actually really interesting. One, he now doesn't have to worry about this stupid room.
Now, this is still out of logic because this is Moon Pearl blocked, but...
Yeah, but the fact that we're looking for the Moon Pearl and we now know the lamp is locked by the Pearl is actually really important.
Yes, it is.
Means
no dark connector is going to get you that Moon Pearl.
Yeah. For those wondering, for those who haven't played Crosskeys before in this channel, are somehow new to this channel, Crosskeys is on the entrance randomizer branch of the randomizer. And the entrance randomizer does not allow you to use Fire Rod for a substitution for dark rooms. It's lamp only. So, Brave is going to take that one pod key, and that's 2 more checks over here. Oh, they have 2. Oh, this isn't too bad, but
all right, Zelga's going to find out where these connectors go.
Yeah, you have to do the top one because we don't have a mirror to back ourselves in from the lower one. Here we go.
And that is a light world entrance, so those 7 checks are going to be in logic.
Yep.
Chi-Chi Small, 300 rupees.
So Bria's heading for the backup pod.
Yeah, checks that are still super out of logic at this point because we are still missing 2 of the keys that would put them into logic.
Yeah.
Get ourselves the Cane of Samaria there, which is going to give Zelga another offensive opportunity to take down these mini Moldorms with a much bigger hitbox than that bow provides. And the Palace of Darkness big key, which at this stage doesn't do anything but... I bet Brave wishes they had said key. We find the ice rod in the dark. Oh boy, that's a fun exit there out of Paradox Cave.
Yeah. Yeah, Zelda's gonna go clean up the last 2 of our entrances over here. It's nice to know that our red crystals aren't going to be required today. Yeah, so Bree's going to be finding that entrance. Yeah. Now, this isn't actually in logic. You're not expected to slam your head
Yeah,
against minimal dwarfs.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be bunny walking this, but
you're gonna do it.
You're going to do it. Single rupee on one side and a piece of heart on the other. Zelga spins around, gets away from them, and gets himself more locations to check.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to check too much more. He might dip into Skull Woods, but that's about it. He doesn't have any health. Oh, and unfortunately, so Breve opted to... Oh, that's unfortunate for Breve.
What's that?
So Breve opted to... they fake flip. They did a splash station to go check Hobo, but they didn't continue down to the Lake Island. They opted to go for,
which would, of course, was Paradox, which would have been a fun place to be.
Yeah. Now Zelda's trying to get a Moblin to go bump him into the doorway so he can Super Bunny and open up Blind's house, and they're not having any of it. So I think he's gonna try one more time and then. What he really needs to do is he really needs to get the red guard aggroed and lead him around.
Or that.
Yeah. No, that works. No,
or not. He didn't get the hopes that he was wanting to there, so he's just going to give up on the play. We do find Desert back.
Yeah.
Over here in the eastern area. And Brev is going to steal the key, which can be dangerous at times and can be rewarding at times too.
Yeah, so Bree's gonna go to Beaster Palace. It'll be interesting to see if we get a vanilla Eastern Palace big key here. So right now we only have 3 checks in logic, and the other 2 definitely can't have the Moon Pearl.
Oh, that's a fun hammer location.
You're not gonna say no to that.
No, you're not. You're going to be asking some questions, but that hammer tells you a lot.
Yes, it does.
And also, if you find the boots here in the Dark World, that tells you a lot too.
Yeah, it means that we that were supposed to play this seed was to have gone through Paradox Cave, dropped down through Spiral Cave, and then walked over to the Skull Woods just to get our Dark World access. Which is going to be kind of annoying if it's going to be the case. Oh no!
Shot as well.
Yeah.
Super bunnying Skull Woods is becoming quite an advantage here for Zelga.
No. The nice thing is that our okay, so unfortunately I didn't see anything of note in the first 3 chests.
Yeah, at this point, Zelga EPers are rejoicing.
Yeah, no, but at this point, this kind of means that I think our answer is Tile Room in GT.
I hate that idea, but you might be right. I hate that idea, but you are probably right. Although, did we check... While I was trying to sort out a couple of things, did we check Gina's area?
Yeah, they, there was a connector over in the Ice Rod Cave area that spat him out at Desert Pals, right? So they both checked those entrances. Yeah, Zelda's gonna go do Lost Woods because he hasn't found Lost Switch yet. Misery Mire is The left side of Misery Mire is locked by the lamp. Shocking. Both our fire sources today are locked by the Wind Pearl, so...
I am
cross that off
not
the list.
surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, so Bree's gonna go check Desert Palace Main. And find that this is a vanilla entrance. Yeah. Okay, so that was our second key to pod over there. Yeah, so Bree's doing a bit of cleanup now that Zelga's already done. Zelga's going to do the rest of the cleanup that Bree was doing earlier and then probably head for Eastern. Knowing what he knows about that lamp. Actually, we'll probably also check Hookshot Cave quickly. Fortunately, just both of our runners right now are kind of pushing off into different areas. Bree is has found a potion shop, but that's not going to do them any good.
Gonna buy a good old potion here while in swim state.
Yeah. Now, they still don't have flippers or gloves, so Zora's out of logic. But they've got the money.
I do like the effort though.
Yeah.
Now Zelga has the greater incentive to go over to GT at this point. Of course, Brev still needs to connect the dots about Paradox, but
yeah. Zelga's probably just going to kind of wrap this up by checking Falling Hookshot Cave. I don't think he fluted to 5 and saw that was there at 5. So he'll walk out, he'll look at it, and then probably just check the Eastern Palace area, and then we'll head over to GT, because... you can get a bunch of items, and maybe you get the boots for going through, or the Eastern Palace Big Key. Or not!
Hi there, Eastern Big. There's our...
Wait a second.
Where are our boots?
Our boots are in Tile Room. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Where are our boots? Oh my.
Yeah, Zelga's gonna not do Eastern for a while. Not until he can find the big key.
Alright.
Yeah, so here's Bree starting to push everything back together. The unfortunate thing is Bree's not going to have like camera and Hookshot together for a little while. And we know Eastern Palace is one of our red crystals, even if it's useless for us today. Yeah, Bree's going to come through here, realize, oh, I could have been here much earlier. And then go back down and clear it out.
All right, we need to get to 7 and get to GT, and I think that's exactly where Zelga is heading to right now.
Yeah. Because I think in Zelga's mind, Zelga has logic. One of which is in GT, but the other 2 are in Pod, and the other 3 are in Eastern. Screw those. And is immediately heading to right side.
Yeah, and Recidador is putting it in chat. The Pearl break logic here, especially when you're sitting there going, "What? How? Huh?"
Well, I mean, there's even another reason to do this. We know that the boots get us a glove,
Right.
so this is doubly important for two reasons. One, it's the boots, which everybody loves. Two, we get Dark World access. And we
I
don't
have to
put
ask you a serious question here. How do we know it's the boots, though?
Okay, this might not be the boots, but whatever the hell it is, it's going to.
Something's going to lead us to the boots, but this is not guaranteed to be the boots. This could be the other glove, which will get us a few more entrances.
It could be. That is true. But
it's likely the boots.
Yeah.
But it might not. Yep, they're the boots.
Yeah.
Like, we were probably 90% certain that that was going to be the boots, but there was that 10% chance that it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, Zelda's going to go do left side.
Yeah, he's got all the tools for that. But yeah, you need to close that. You need to close that little bit of a hole in the logic there immediately once you find that hook shot where you do and the Moon Pearl where you do.
Yeah, now Breve, unfortunately, did not go up to Skullwoods. Did not follow Spiral Cave and get into Skullwoods and get the hammer and the hook shot. Is going to be getting their boots, and then will immediately be going to get their Moon Pearl, because honestly, there's really not a lot left.
Nice vanilla key.
So I'm just going to have a nice swath of items from this side of the dungeon.
And there's flippers.
Okay.
Which will push Zelda to get that Eastern big.
Yeah, now, how many... I think we've only found one GT small key so far, and the second one we found...
Yeah, we've seen one. The second one was right in the Staphos room.
Yeah, so there's still two more keys we're going to find before that shows up, so... I don't know how much that'll impact his decision-making, if he even wants to see if he can now do the thing and hold out for a mirror so he can combo in Zora with it. But we'll see where he's going to go after this, because he's going to have Dark World access.
I mean, the other counter argument is you're just around the corner from the Zora checks as it is.
I mean, the counter argument to that counter argument would be I have a flute. I can flute to 7 or 8 anytime I want.
Yes, we can. And that's the magic of Crosskeys, is seeing what people choose to do given the situations that they are handed.
Yeah. All right. First bong check for Breve is nothing. Just our curiosity shop. Is heading for Bonk Rocks proper now. Oh wait, no, is gonna go get the wants to go get that
Yeah, this makes sense to go get the glove.
Forgot to get the book. But understandable. But honestly, also, you do want to get this glove beforehand, because you can go check the Death Mountain Descent Cave as well.
I think Brave has one other reason about what they want to do here. So we're going to probably see the save and quit. Now check the two over here on the right side. Oh, no, we're not. We're keeping that key in our possession still. All right. So the other thing is, I think, with Brave is they probably think that the path to the Moon Pearl includes that glove.
Yeah. They have a lot of the world they can check, which isn't a bad thing. Like, there's still a lot of entrances that we haven't seen. There's still a lot of value to be gleaned. The unfortunate kind of thing is, like, we already know where it is, and it's really not that far off. It's just like the one quick check, and you might be holding off until you get hook shot for it. Unfortunately, this is a case where the boots are locking the hook shot.
Yep. And the hook shot is inside of a Skull Woods. And some of this is luck. Zelga has lucked himself into a more optimal route by finding things out of sequence.
Yeah. Really, the one thing that Zelda did that was a really good call was just to go through Spiral Cave. But he also had oodles of health for Spiral Cave, so he could have pulled it off.
I want to expand on that just a little bit more. I think the thing that Zelda did that was the right play was also checking the DDM caves.
Yeah.
The left side, because that got him the knowledge about Spectacle Rock. That got him the knowledge about, or not Spectacle Rock, about the Paradox Cave. That got him the knowledge about Aga Tower being where it was, with the lamp being in that first check.
Yeah, now Breve is going to go check the other entrance here, realize it's Aga Tower, and then find the lamp, and then kind of have a discovery about what the seed's going to want you to do. Yeah, just a bottle and some.
And also, Ganon is vanilla.
Yeah.
So we are climbing that tower, and we're going to have a whole lot of fun doing so. And Zelga gets that confirmation too right now.
Yeah. He's just going to clean up these last little bit of loose ends before starting to do his Dark World work. Really wants the mirror now, just so he can get a fire rod as well. You want the mirror in a lot of cases for Crosskeys. It's probably the most powerful early game item.
I have won races because of an early mirror. I have lost many races because of a late mirror. That mirror is really, really powerful in this mode. And now we're getting these Zora checks.
Yeah. Yeah.
He probably for just a second forgot. Oh yeah, that's right. That was where Paradox came out.
And he's going to be happy he did this. Okay, so here's Bree finding the Moon Pearl.
Yep. And Bree's path to the Moon Pearl a little bit quicker than I was expecting at this, given the way that this was rolling out. But good on Brave for getting here.
Yeah, the unfortunate part for Brave is they don't know how they're supposed to get to the rest of the Dark World, and the answer is Spiral Cave. They're going to have to flute to 7 and take Paradox Cave to get through the mountain. But is opting to go check Mini Moldorn Cave first, knowing that it's now in logic. Because we did find Ether, by the way, in GT, so we can open up the Mire entrance if we get a sword. But right now, the only sword we've seen is on Spectacle Rock. And Zelda does his little happy dance.
Yeah, his Zelda EP pays off.
Yeah. He's going to go immediately do that. The North Dark World access for Brief basically sucks because what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to flute the Spiral Cave, flute to set 8, swim over to the fountain, and then take that and...
It's Paradox Upper to Paradox Bottom.
Yeah.
Take that, then bunny walk over to Spiral.
Well, they don't have to bunny walk now, thankfully, but...
Well, yeah, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Walk to Spiral there at the fairy cave just outside of the Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, so both our runners now are converging into Pod. Not Pod, Eastern Palace. It's the same horrible dungeon. Just slightly different. Zelga's gonna have to be careful about arrows. Well, was gonna have to be careful about arrows.
I'm surprised Brev didn't pick up any of the arrows.
That's a good point.
Granted, you can still get some more here. You can just get some more on the way to the Armos, but
yeah, there's still like another 25 in pots, but yeah, Zelda being at 8 was an issue. Brev being at 1 was even more of an issue. Only 4 more 9. Well, they should have enough. Missed a shot, unfortunately, but yeah, they'll have 28 arrows for Ramos. That's more than enough.
so nothing in Eastern at all.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, as we know, like, we have full Dark World access at this point, and Zelga's the only one who's managed it because of that bunny walk. It's gonna start paying out dividends for him very, very quickly. Yeah. Here's Breve. Fortunately, is also going to have the option chasing down the rest of the Dark World connectors on the east side of the map, and get to Witch's Hut and Zora, Dark Witch's Hut and Zora. Can also check the pod entrance. There's just the one entrance over there that Zelga didn't check. Yeah, Zelga's heading straight up for the village portal and is going to just start doing Dark World. He's like, I'm not doing Spiral Cave. That check's bad. I even have boots for it, and I'm not doing it. Fortunately, it's the connector that's important, it's not the item. Saw that already, but forgot about it. Not sure why Zelga's coming up this way, other than maybe I guess it's faster if you don't want to pull all the bushes. But had already done Skullwoods and doesn't have a fire rod to check the back entrance.
I think this is where we get somebody to take a timer for us and see which one is faster.
Yeah. Hey. Well.
Mimic Cave when you have the hammer. It's a good feeling. Get nothing for it, but still a good feeling.
Yeah, the real prize for Zelga is going to be... We did find blind set down at the village fortune teller. So he'll be heading for that after doing this. And working his way south.
Hey, sword!
Nice.
And this is a sword we can actually grab.
Yeah. This would have been the logic. No, it wouldn't have been the logic, because logically, like, you're not even supposed to walk through Spiral Cave. Now, Zelda is skipping the fortune teller and the sink and the other two entrances, the other curiosity shop. I guess I'm maybe hoping to find the mirror.
Silvers. Yeah, I think this could be just a case where Zelga's giving him a reason to get back to that area.
Yeah, it could be that because Zelga wanted to come here. With the way that Zelga's kind of routing this, they're probably going to go swim over to Dark Shopping Mall at a point now. They're just... Yeah. So Zelga will probably, like, work all their way through the entire Dark World, get to Dark Shopping Mall, and then come back up here using the hookshot. I grabbed those last couple entrances.
This is the kind of routing that is why Zelga is where they are and where I'm outside looking in. That being said, it's still incredible the fact that this is a 3-2 matchup.
Yeah.
Tower of Hera, located at that Peg Cave. There, the Village of Outcast shop.
Yep. No Hera big key, but that doesn't matter.
And we also know that this is a crystal.
Yeah, we have the Hero small key, so we might as well knock this out of the way if this is the big... Yeah, so Brev still needs to kind of get into Skullwoods. Brev's heading for Skullwoods, and then we'll find the hammer and the hookshot and have questions for this seed. And despite Zelga's best efforts of trying to set up a death ward, the game finds a way to make it harder for him. That
Yeah,
does
but
not
at least
involve actually very hard.
At least he got him down to a heart, so it wasn't so bad. Because we've had situations where you set up that death warp and now you get piece of heart number 4.
Yeah.
And then you're sitting there going, oh.
Yeah, no, I especially love that when you're just in the Dark Mesopod. Oh, there's our Mire map.
Dark maze in the middle of a dungeon deep somewhere.
Yeah.
You just don't want to give up your route either. The other thing that Brave will get here is, I believe... Oh no, I'm sorry. That's right. The flippers were in GT, weren't they?
Yeah, they're map room. So not a hard spot to miss, in all honesty. Like that's a very Rev will probably be doing that in like their next round. But that's Zelga's second crystal. Now our other red crystal was Skullwoods. So that does mean that with the fire rod being on the Lake Island, we know that the mirror has to show up at some point this seed. Looked like crystals for Mire and Ice as well. But I think Tiara was a pendant. So. Oh, good.
Hyrule Castle front.
Yeah, now, we did manage to pick up the small key earlier on the seed. So, For once, we can actually get everything in here in logic, not just say, oh, it's just the first chest, but... Fortunately, Zelga's also at 12 hearts and 1 blue man. So it'll be interesting to see how he routes out of that.
Yeah, 12 hearts and 23 hits from an enemy takes a lot of time.
Yeah, he'll probably save quit out of this and do South Dark World after this, I'd have to imagine. He's not setting up for a death warp, and unless there's a Mirror and Zelda cell, I don't think he's continuing this route. Okay.
Although he is going to take 23 hits.
Yeah, well, Zelga's going to be here for a minute.
But we should give our runners a follow while Zelga's getting hit 23 times.
Yeah. Brev's finally finding their first sword. I don't think we've... someone in chat's asking if we know what our stun prize is. I don't think anybody's actually checked the stun prize yet.
I have not seen it.
Because we didn't have a sword for a while. I mean, we did have the hammer, I guess, but... Yeah, Dark Sank is unfortunately just a fairy film. So, Brev's going to be finding Pyro Castle as well.
And here's ways to make it even harder to die. Here's a heart. At least it wasn't Sanctuary Heart, but still.
Yeah.
And at least because we're dealing with the Dark World ropes, they do 1 heart damage as opposed to, what is that, half on a blue male?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fun location to dump out. I guess we're not worried about that entrance anymore.
Alright, let's see the other side. Is this the floating island connector? No.
No. It does give Zelga more things to do, though. I have a feeling he was going to try to head in this direction at some point, because this is where all of his caves he hasn't checked yet are. So this is one of those ones where the connectors work out in your favor.
Yeah, this is very serendipitous for him.
And that's been how the seed has been playing out. It seems like a lot of things have been going in Zelga's direction.
Yes, so somebody in chat's asking if the crickets and the thieves sound nerfed to the damage of mice if they're in the light world. Yeah, the damage is dependent on what world they're in, because it's dependent on the sprite slot, the sprite that they're using, and the two technically share the same sprite information. It's just how the game engine works.
Chicken coop has been located at the bomb shop, with a whole lot of nothing in here.
Yeah, we're still missing Hype Cave. I don't think we've seen any of our fairies or shit, so there's still a lot of good entrances out there. Here's Kings too. And of course, we're still missing the dam.
We've seen Mini Moldor and we've seen Lion's Hut, so 2 of our 5-item caves are gone. We haven't seen Myers Shed, so that's another multiple item cave. Have we seen Sick Kid?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, he was up next to Super Money Cave. Up on the Paradox Cave entrance. Oh, well, there's the bomb refill hut. Unfortunately, an hour too late.
And this year will be the last check coming up for Zelga.
Yeah. So, let's see.
Barring this be something like the mirror, but it's not.
Yeah, we're sort of things. Yeah, you know what? You'll take it. We're down to, like, knowing. We're almost down to knowing everything. Crystal Desert. So Potter Swamp is our last pendant. And Zelga's going to go make the plane to Pod now, which is completely understandable. Has 4 small... Actually, no, yeah, has 4 small keys, so we'll basically be able to clear out everything except for probably the big key chest. I enjoy the fact that both of our runners opted to do spin speed out at the Swamp Palace entrance and prompt the little puddle. Interesting. Well, Zelga is going to opt to Death Warp in the back of Pod, which is completely understandable. I'm surprised he's not going to try to kill Helma first, just to see if this is a crystal or a pendant, but this is taking the Death Warp and then going to the front and then using the hammer to beat up Helma is completely also fine.
So the one thing Zelga's going to get in here that Brave already had was that ice rod that we just saw right there.
Yes.
Now, TR is a pendant, but sometimes Trinex need to be required. So, Brave did not check Dark Maze while here.
They checked Dark Maze, I think, but they didn't check the big key chest.
I thought they just left right after getting the ice rod.
Oh, they might have. I thought I saw them die in here, but I could be wrong.
Well, could be a possibility.
Yeah.
Anyway, nothing back here.
Brev is gonna go get the rest of what was an Eastern Hookshot Cave, which I believe was pretty much nothing. I think there might have been a Myers Small, and that's about it. No,
or nothing.
Yeah. Alright. So this is not actually going to put Zelga in a position, because he can go kill Helmasaur. He has a death to maybe scum the key for your ops too. I really don't think he would. But it is a tactical possibility. Breve is heading for GT. And is going to go be getting flippers and kicking everything else out there.
So for Zelga at this point, this is going to, and this is the reason why he's going to want to finish this boss, because this gives him his full prize knowledge.
Yes. Yes.
The one thing he will be hoping for is that this is the crystal and he doesn't have to worry about the Myers, or not the Myers Small, but the Swamp Small.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't even found Swamp Palace yet. We haven't even found the dam. But
right. But that, of course, then gets into the list of the shopping list that you need in order to beat the seed. So you're hoping that you are honestly hoping in this situation that this is your last crystal on your list.
Yeah, because really then we're just looking for a Desert Palace big key and then probably a mirror. Because we can get into, we know where ice is, and we know that if we a mirror, we can get both a second sword and the fire rod. If not, then we're gonna need bombos or something.
I think it's safe to say for Zulga, either that mirror or bombos, plus the Desert Big. That's your shopping list.
Yeah, and that is. And the GT Big. We don't have the GT Big yet.
We need to find the dam. We need to find Swamp, and we need to find the small key.
Yep. Well, at the very least, we're already full of decked out to go beat the East Town when we find it for Green Pendant. Zelga did not do Hova, so he is going to close us up. Yeah, so let's see. Where is Zelga gonna go?
Question for you. Did Zelga check the right side of GT, the compass room?
No. He had the lamp. He could have opted to, but I think he figured.
So maybe Brave decided to do that while they're here.
Yeah, that's a distinct possibility. Because right now we're also starting to run low on more things to do. It's probably Dark Shopping Mall that's our next progression.
And I think that's probably where Zelga's going to be going to next.
Yeah, and to be honest, like I think you could do it. On the other hand, I think like if you feel like your next set of progressions are probably the mirror, I think you kind of want to do the mirror and get the fire rod before you even go back into GT again.
And that is also a true statement too.
Yeah, so now we do have Ether, so we can check the one more entrance over here in the Maya region. We never were able to budget Maya itself. So these are kind of like our last 4 entrances.
Well, Zelga finds the dam.
Well, there's your shopping list. Now we can beat Swamp Alice when we find it.
Was the key right there?
Yes, it was.
Fun game, fun.
Yeah.
Just put Swamp right here. Okay, you're not gonna do that. All right. So I think we're gonna need the mid somewhere. Or the mirror. More likely the mirror.
More likely, yeah. Because right now, Mids only really buys us 2 entrances. 3 entrances, I guess. There's also... Well, you know... So the interesting thing is right now, we haven't actually...
Yeah, it's just 2 entrances, you're right.
Yeah, and actually, the interesting thing right now is... Push for this soon, is... we don't have a connector to the floating island yet.
No, we don't.
There's only one set of connectors just out there that could get us to the floating island, and in fact, that means the floating island has to be the Laser Eyes entrance to Turtle Rock. because we can't have Turtle Rock right spit us out there because we can't get out exit there. So
Yeah. And Turtle Rock left, therefore is the only way we can do it, by way of going in backwards order from the laser bridge or coming up here through the Turtle Rock front entrance, which is probably the likely answer at this stage because of the fact that
yeah,
we don't have a big key.
yeah, we'll probably. So what I kind of expect is, if Zelda will do this, is laser bridge is just flute spot 1. So just flute to 1, take some Mario, and go right back and check Crystal Orb. That's actually completely in logic. And so that'll probably get us 4 more entrances up on the mountain. Let's see if he has thought of this. No, but wants to check the dam item. Completely understandable.
And now we flute to 6 or flute to 5.
He still has to do some of Pod. Unfortunately, this is Spike Cave.
Which we don't have the protection device to make that logical.
Correct. We have 14 hearts, which is enough, but the logic is expecting an invincibility item for that. So I think Zelda's basically going to just say that's going to go down on the priority list until it actually comes into logic for a while, because nobody likes doing Spike Cave. I do like how the Eurogame owner got himself some swankier digs. Yeah.
So Zelda messed up his direction, I think. He wanted to go out the back, which is going to take him over to the Mire area. So he is going to go through the Turtle Rock at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, so right now both our runners are going to be kind of catching up to each other. Brave's going to head for
Dark Shopping Mall.
Yeah, Dark Shopping Mall, and then we'll probably go and find Tower of Hero over at the one hammerlocked entrance in Village of Outcasts. Zelga is going to be kind of running out because he's going to go check the Mire entrance, and I think...
yeah, which we know was nothing.
Yeah. But this is actually the front of Turtle Rock over here as well, so this is good.
Yeah, because I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, to go through Laser Bridge, you would need the big key to get to the left.
No. So, logically, if you were to come from the front to get to Laser Bridge, you needed the big key in order to open the door to get to the staircase of Crystal Road. But if you're coming from the back, the big key door isn't there, so all you need is to get out from the back is just a lamp and Samaria, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, but Zelda has enough keys here where he can... He's not going to be able to do... So the unfortunate thing to like doing this is, like, if something is on track right now, he's going to be setting himself up for... Okay, never mind. Good. He remembered that he doesn't have to spend that key. It's not going to... having to find the 4th TR small in order to beat Trinex.
Because so yeah, here he goes through Laser Bridge now.
Yeah. Because practically you just need... You don't even really need a lot of keys to beat TR. You just need 1 or 2. But logically you're going to need all 4 to hit some of these chests. But the way that Zelda was going, if he continued routing it from the front, he was going to need all 4. And you're talking about like the shopping list of things that you need. You don't want to be like adding on to that shopping list just by accidentally forgetting, of all things, a Turtle Rocky.
Mom called. They said we need bananas.
I thought that was a.
What?
I was gonna say bananas makes me think of Zelda.
Okay, yeah. There's that door that. For some reason, I thought that was still a key door. That I don't know why.
I think it's probably, if I had to take a guess, it's our actually no, our freeze prize is still small magic. It's if you look at the backside of the door in Misery Mire, the big key door that leads to the basement.
Yep, there's our floating island.
Yeah. So if you look at that, that actually has a small key door in the back, but it doesn't here. You don't spend one. So
today I learned.
So this still wants a little more magic. I don't know why he wants magic.
Probably to free ether the pokey here.
You don't need ether the pokey. You've got 2 small keys. You've got all the.
Or
just gonna open this door. I mean, you can reverse and go through. Oh God. Yeah. I swear to God. I swear to freaking God. So anyway, the reason why I was like, I don't know why he's picking up that magic is because you can get the key, go through here, and then try to do a pokey. And just
maybe he was thinking about it, then was like, "Oh right, I do have enough keys for this."
Yeah, probably.
All right, we have now 4 entrances to check.
Yeah. Now, interestingly,
Hi, Thief Sound.
Of course it's here. But interestingly, this means that Beating Tower Hera still needs 1 more Turtle Rock key. Which is probably going to be sitting in here. Well, we know where Magic Bat is. You know what? I was wrong. I lied earlier. I made a very good guess of what we were going to have to do, but I was wrong.
There's our mids.
Oh, Glove and Thieves. Glove and Thieves on Glove and Desert today. So...
V-A-N-I-L-L-A.
I was actually wrong, by the way.
What were you wrong about?
I was thinking in my head, like, what connector could possibly get us to Floating Island? And I said the only one that could have been it was Turtle Rock. That was wrong. We have a vanilla bumper cave today as well. Because we haven't gotten up to there yet. And that's the only connector we haven't checked.
Oh, right. The other force connector exit.
Yeah. But, you know, honestly, like 30 minutes ago, we didn't have any swords, so this is actually kind of a nice change of pace.
And Brever's right on Zelga's heels with regards to this trip over here to the floating island.
Yeah. Yeah, so right now, like, the main thing that Zelga's still ahead, and Zelga's also beaten Helmet. Breve hasn't beaten Helmet, doesn't know that they don't need to beat Helmet. So that's a good thing that's saving Breve some time, but
yeah.
Look, we're also on the part where Ped's sort of almost in logic, and it's going to have to almost guaranteed to be in logic before we finish the seed.
Just still find ourselves a wonderful mirror.
Yeah, the myths now just let us grab two more, actually one more entrance right now. It'll be Ice Palace.
Two more entrances.
Well, we can just drop down for the other ones, but yeah.
Hammer pegs.
Oh, hammer pegs, you're right. I apologize. Yeah, considering that we're still missing Swamp, Skull, and Mire. All three of which are required.
Have we seen Mire shed yet?
No.
Yeah, we're still missing a few. In fact, we haven't seen any of the fairy caves, as you mentioned earlier, so we are still missing multiple item caves.
Yeah.
Which is incredible for how much territory these runners have covered.
Yeah, I think I called a race last week where I think at the end of the... we hadn't seen any of the 5 item caves until they basically had go mode. It was locking their go mode, and it was 2 hours in, and we only ever saw one of the. We never even saw like blinds out at in that seed.
Swamp. The mountain is stacked.
Yeah.
All right, now we can do Spike Cave if we really wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah, now Brev did not do Turtle Rock front and Compass Chest, so he's going to be lacking a sword. It's not going to hurt too much in Thieves Town, but it'll hurt a little in Swamp. Yeah, we're pretty much guaranteed someone in Restream saying an item in Cave or Mire at the bottom, yeah. Fireball not being nice for Zelda.
Usually isn't. That thing loves to get in the way.
Yeah, it managed to snake itself over to that side of the room. Get the block down to even, like, stop it, but... that thing loves to annoy you.
That one and the one in Mire, those two are usually the biggest pains in the butt.
Yeah. Yeah, the one for what would be, central lobby chest is that one's just the worst, especially if you're the type of person who likes to do the boots rail clip. That thing just loves to just like hound you as you're trying to set up to do that clip. Nothing on left side swamp, but given the fact that Selga doesn't really have a lot left in this seed, and this is in such a bad spot, you're just gonna go check this.
Like, your go shopping list at this point is still a minimum of 2 items.
Yeah.
Up to 3 items. Actually, it's 3 items. But your go shopping list is set 3 items at this point.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to be checking left side swamp. A lot of runners that difference number is 1. If you're 1 item from go, you're going to go straight to Argus, but 3, you're in a lot of trouble if you skip left side swamp and it has something you need.
Yeah, I think it also kind of depends on where you are in your route. If you want to route in swamp, you could skip left side the first time through and go straight back to Argus. But like right now, like he can't do that. He would have to death warp out of the left side. Quite frankly, I think Zelda's had enough of death warping for this seed.
And that's the other thing, is how annoying it's been to get here.
Yeah. And he's still gonna want to hop down the mountain. I mean, he has mitts now, so he can just like flute and dash over and check it, but it's not worth the hassle. Bree's gonna start looking through their absolute nothing in swamp. We'll see if Argus has something, but that's gonna be the last place for anything of interest.
At this point, I'm just waiting for the GT big key to show up.
Yeah.
And really, if you want to talk about, and I know chat has been bringing up the differences between these two at this point, really the difference is the move that Zelda made getting to the lamp in Agate Tower, which is on DDM, the left side of Death or Dark Death Mountain. And the other play was going into Skull Woods before having the Moon Pearl. That allowed him to have a single trip back to GT where the boots were.
Pretty much.
And that's really the only difference between these two at this point. It's been a decently run race for both of these runners. We haven't seen any major gaffes, as Chad has been pointing out. Just, hey, we got a small key. That's our desert small.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, that's sadly
that's another 2 checks.
Yeah.
And we go immediately there to find out what's going on. Nothing there. Nothing there. Desert small is just so we could beat the dungeon, logically.
Yeah. Alright, where are you gonna go, Zelda? Spike Caves and Logic. You'll probably, maybe Ice Palace. Yeah. Maybe Ice Palace and start Smith Chain after this, because you can do hammer pegs. And, I mean, Zelda doesn't really have a lot left. There's like 5 or 6 things he has on his plate that he has to order himself through right now.
Sea House at the Ice Palace. There's the mirror.
Oh, that is gross. Yeah, now it's Smith Chain time.
Do you do desert area first, though? No, it looks like Zelga's going to be doing K45 to the Smith Chain.
Yeah. I mean, in probably what Zelga's like, the Smith and Cac, he's got the magic powder. He can just start knocking out all of these remaining orphans in the most efficient way possible. Entrance-wise, like...
Oh, yeah, we got to get this fire rod.
Oh, he's getting the fire rod. Yeah.
This is the major piece of this puzzle.
Yeah, because this is an entrance in itself.
Well, not only that, but it also opens up 4 items in GT.
Yep.
So do we flute to 7 immediately? Nope, we go right to the Cac Village.
He's doing ice.
Ice Palace now beatable.
Yeah.
don't have the big key at this point, but at this point, this is a dungeon you can beat.
Yeah.
In your mind.
40 missing. We're not actually missing 40 item keys.
We're missing a lot, though.
I mean, sure, we're missing a grand total of 12 items. Oh no.
Do you like fetch quests, Topfile?
I like fetch quests when they don't involve me having to go into the waterfall of wishing to check an item.
Well, Topfile, TLC
like
sang a song about that. Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Yeah. Zelga remembering to hit the switch because he doesn't have the big key, which means that the big key will inevitably be vanilla and this will evolve in for naught.
Half magic.
Not vanilla, but you know what? You'll take that. Yeah, so Brev getting the rest of the confirmation that Meyer and Ice and Skull are crystals and Tiara's a pendant. Does not know that Pod isn't a pendant yet. So we'll see if Brev opts to go do Pod. It is clearable.
By the way, we're at 17 hearts.
17 hearts blue mail, and the runners both skipped red mail.
Alright, Brave's about to get the mirror. And you don't know how, it's kind of tough to figure out how these two feel, but you don't feel good when you get an hour 36 mirror, even if the seed's been kind of iffy with how it wants you to get this stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The mitts are in a rude location, and you had to go through a connector to get there. Yeah, certain things did not line up well in the progression chains, but it's just like, it's hour 36, and I'm just getting this. God, game, why?
Yeah, no, you never like getting the mirrors once you've done all your Dark World exploration, because it's just like, well, here are all my orphans. I've got to go figure out how to get everything. And I need to go get my stupid fire rod as well.
Yep, and that's exactly what Brev is going for right now as well. And we have not seen anything pop up inside of this ice outside of a fetch quest and half magic.
Yeah, I'll take half magic. Don't get me wrong, the fire.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll definitely take both of, or especially the half magic. You'll take that, but as far as what we need on our shopping list, nothing that moves that along yet.
No.
7 hits. There we go. Zelga does very well. And Brad is going to be taking this in a different direction, checking to see what we have over in the Hera entrance, also right side Light Death Mountain.
Yeah, no, actually, this is in like, so for like Brev.
And also, this is a sword upgrade.
Yeah, so Zelda's probably not getting that sword. We'll be completely honest. There's going to be like, he'll get it if he wants to go check Hera.
Unless Meyer's here.
Yeah, but even then, I don't know if he'll do it, because he could like kind of backdoor himself into it by going through Turtle Rock again and checking the floating island item blind. But he could do that. He may be doing this right now because he's here.
I mean, he could. Meyer at Hera.
Yay. But like Brev wanted a sword and knew that they could get a sword and had the ability to get the sword now.
Hey, there's our waterfall cave with 350. Oh, there's a big key on the floating island.
Oh god. We're running out of ones that we don't care about. Actually, we still need the Meyer big key. I forgot about that. There's Meyer's shed. There's our last GT small. We have Vanillion medallions today.
Wait to get into the Turtle Rock entrance.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're going back through this stupid cave again.
So this is actually going to work out well for Zelga in that case.
Yeah.
Because he does not know about that big key on the floating island.
No.
But he's going to get rewarded as such.
Actually, no. Well, we'll see. He's... I forgot. This is the front side of Turtle Rock, so he hasn't opened... isn't going to open the door here. He's just checking these 2 items on the right side.
Right. You're right.
But you know how to get that big key. You need 3 more big keys, so you're probably going to grab it.
Nice vanilla key.
Hey, you could go through. He's not going to.
And Brev's following right behind.
Yeah.
And there's Skullback. So I think, and Big Key, Turtle, Rock.
Oh, wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yay.
Well, I believe that is everything we needed for pedestal, except for maybe a pod small, which could just be sitting on mouthfeel.
Yay.
It does mean that, like, at this point, like, what does it mean for our big key situation? Because we need 3, and there's a 4th that's got to be gotten at some point, logically. And then there's the 5th that's just useless for us unless it's locking something.
As far as Zelda concerns, though, that big key could either be desert, could be swamp, ice, or mire.
Yeah, oh no.
And that gets rid of mire right there.
Alright. Well, Brev did the smart thing by not dipping into mire the first time.
So for Zelga, we are now just a desert big for go.
And GT.
And GT.
Yeah.
Remember, we had to climb the tower, Rick.
Yeah, so Zelda's going to be like, I'm going to tower here, and I'm going to do this in the most efficient way possible.
Which means he is getting that sword.
Yeah, he'll get the sword. Then we'll discover that there was a biggie on the floating island. Immediately flew back down to one to go grab it.
All right.
Yeah. Look, it's on the route. It doesn't cost you. I'm not sure actually if it actually does any saving at this point, technically. Because I would say, I guess Trinix, technically. We have to kill Trinix.
And Brev is breathing a sigh of relief getting that big key there. The fact that, you know, you didn't dive mire and have to go back in here now.
Yeah. So I think, I wonder what if Brev will do is go grab that key out of TR, use TR to get up to that key and then drop into mire, knowing it's there. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough at this point.
Yeah, because Zelda's going to find out about that key.
Yeah, like, oh, there's one of her bananas, the red type. But like, Brev needs Zelda to really like start overcommitting to something now to make up this time difference that's between them. So. But there's just not a lot of left in the game where Zelga's probably not going to get to it. Brett does if they do it. And everything that Zelga's done that Brev hasn't, Brev can really get sucked into because a lot of that's really attractive.
All right. I mean, this would be a pretty good time if Nissan wants to do a point prediction on if this was going to be a big key we need or not.
Yeah. All right. So Breve knowing that they have the small keys. Interesting. They're missing a small key from somewhere. That's God. And I don't know where. So Breve is selling on Trinex not being a thing right now. Unless...
Well, by the time we get this out now, we'll have the resolution. But the question was going to be, is this going to be a required big key that Brave is about to get off Floating Island? I'm going to throw in my marbles and say this is Swamp.
I feel like the way that the seed is going, that's going to be the case. Or it'll just be Ice Palace. And just give us something to talk about for another few minutes.
Desert, we do need it.
We do need it. All right. So we're GT big from go. Not the worst feeling in the world. That means you don't feel bad about skipping GT big just now.
Yeah, for sure. Zelga trying to arm up the spooky. And there it is. All right, so where do you think the GT big is?
Spike Cave.
Spike Cave. Why do you think that?
Just... I think it's the easiest spot to skip, really. There's no real reason for it other than that. I mean, I'm suspicious of Ped, but on the other hand, we had to do a lot of those crystal dungeons and to just get the stuff to even, like, just logically we had to do them. Like, we had to get the Hera Big Key from Turtle Rock, and that was 4 small locked.
And Zelga is about to get the news in just a moment about a big key being on the floating island.
Yeah.
He'll probably mutter disgusting and then know what he'll have to do.
Yeah, he's just gonna go immediately flute back over into 1 right after this is over.
Yep.
And discover it's the Desert Big. In terms of like what could flip this for Breve, if Breve basically kind of needs the GT Big Key to be in the Ice Palace Big Chest at this point. There's nothing really there, unfortunately.
Yeah, the outs coming up here for Brev is kind of narrowing.
Yeah, they did do left side of Meyer. That would have been a time save if they didn't. Like they still haven't gone and beat Helmasaur. They still haven't gone to Ice Palace. Still a bunch of stuff there that they could go do next. And there's nothing like, of course, stopping the Ice Palace Big Key from being an ice. Like Zelda's probably gonna finish this up. May opt to go do right side GT because I think that might be like a set of defenses checks left.
It's the most densest, yeah.
And then, well, actually, when he gets this big, he'll go beat.
Well, first his first mindset here is to beat desert.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, he's just going to kind of quickly finish up here on the mountain and discover that this is Quake.
Yep, he has no access here, so stay out of here. And check Spiral Cave, which he has not checked yet, because all the times he went down the bridge, he did not have the mirror.
Yep. Yeah. So
now we're gonna flute to 5.
7. Oh yeah, 5. Yep. Here we go. He'll go beat desert. Which is the closest entrance to check the desert palace big chest to?
And we are simultaneous trips here through the desert. And it's GT Go mode.
Yeah.
And why is that? Because Ganon is vanilla.
I love our Desert Palace entrances today because I'm not sure which is the better entrance to go through. To go check the Desert Palace big chest. You could run all the way.
The easiest one to check the big chest is to flute to 3 and go through the right.
Probably, because otherwise you have to flute to Ice Rock Cave. And actually, Ice Rock Cave up might not be too bad, but it's still low. You know, it's just one of those things where it's just... It's going to be pretty bad, and our Desert Palace main being vanilla isn't going to matter.
Cast Tower, which doesn't do anything for us.
No.
And you can see Brave having a little bit of an issue here with the Lamos, enough that it's going to give Zelga a little bit more of a gap.
Yeah, the Aga one was just a map. At the lumberjack ledge check.
Here we go, flute to 7, GT. This is the big key to this dungeon, is what Zelga's hoping to see.
Yep.
And the play makes sense. Brave is not going to do that. But Brave still has to do Ice Palace.
Yeah. Brave was hoping to do as much as they could to find the Ice Palace big key before committing to Ice, but I think at this point it's like, I don't need the Ice Palace big key. And it could just be in here, and I'm not going to lose the race to that. So this is unfortunately like one of the outs going Brave.
Which is something I forgot that Brave did not do Ice yet, so...
Yeah.
This is a comfortable lead for Zelga at this point.
Yeah, like... Zelga is well ahead right now.
There's a skull small. There's the pod 6.
Yay, alright.
Alright, so now we're just Zelga flute off to... We flute to 8 and we're checking the big chest.
Yeah. I'm not sure if this is faster or slower, but it's... You know, he hadn't lifted the rock, so it actually probably is slower. But, yeah, this is just one of those annoying...
There's no good answer here, it's how lucky are you? And sometimes seeds come down to that. You choose left.
You choose left, you choose right.
You choose right.
You go through Spiral Cave, and even though it's out of logic.
Zelda fluting here.
This is probably Spike Cave. I'll see if I was right.
It's Spike Cave, yeah.
Yeah, he'll do. You know what he'll do? He'll do Spike Cave, and then he's gonna go. He can run himself out of here with Spin Speed and Burna, and then I'll go check the top of Castle.
Oh,
'Cause
right. We haven't checked those entrances yet.
Yeah.
And we are still missing a few spots on this map.
I mean, we're still missing. I think we haven't seen. We still haven't seen Hype Cave, and we still haven't seen one of the fairies. So like we have like 3 caves where we can find items, and they're all really nice caves. Well, I guess technically, Chess Game isn't the greatest, but Chess Game's there.
Chess Game's at least a cave that has an item.
Yeah. So like you got 3 entrances. You got pretty good odds of finding. Plus, we also haven't found the Turtle Rock Big Chest either, so that's just like 1 item out there as well. And if he finds it up here, he might just go down and kill Trinix as well.
Cave number 1, not an item. Entrance number 2, there's your chess game.
Just some sticks.
26 to be exact. And number 3, Graveyard Ledge, another item cave. With nothing in it.
Yeah. So okay, so Zelda's doing this to start doing entrance cleanup because if he's taking the mirror back, he's going to go back up around and check Graveyard Ledge next.
I don't think so.
Where do you think he's going?
I have an idea. He might be going to get the red bomb.
No, no. We're not going in the red bomb today.
Oh, we're not. Oh, that's right, Eastern. Never mind. What am I missing?
Paradox Cave exited out at the Pyramid Crack. We've already seen that entrance.
Right. Okay, in that case, never mind.
Yeah.
I do have that marked down on my map, too.
Yeah. All right, here's Breve coming in for just some keys and not much else, unfortunately. Not Graveyard Ledge. Time to go do village checks. Yeah, we're gonna want to grab the smith first.
Checking race game. The entrance, that is. Quarreling Brothers left.
Yeah, probably will do the entrances and kind of. Zelda's just kind of in an awkward spot right here because he needs to check K45 race game.
And then head up and do the Breadsmith, which is in Kakariko Village.
Yeah, but probably also wants to do Bombo's tablet too. So we're just in this spot of like, how am I going to sequence all this stuff? And I guess he's just going to probably, even though we have the flute, we're probably just going to do the old run ourselves down with the purple chest option.
Well, that's because he would like to check the Bombo's tablet.
Yeah. Oh. Yes, the mushroom exists. That's another thing we could check. It was nothing, unfortunately.
A 40 rupee profit. From the Breadsmiths.
Yep, here comes big chest.
You're in the area, might as well.
This is a really fast one to do.
Well, if you're first try on the Harapot, like that, or I guess that was second try more related, but still.
Yeah. Brav also trying to figure out how to sequence us all. Oh, God. Thanks, game.
Yeah.
Thanks, game. We're gonna take another trip through. We're gonna take another trip through Turtle Rock in a second, just to open up the main entrance.
We really don't need to, though. We just flew to one and mirror and head that way.
Yeah, I guess so. It's our, I believe, probably our last shop. Yeah, so we're almost out of entrances until we find the, like right now, we got K45, we got TRME, get a cape to get to our last entrance.
And a shop.
Yeah, I misclicked. I do have a shop counter. I just accidentally double-clicked it at some point.
How many shops are there?
9. 9 in the Waterfall Ferry.
This is the worst feeling, is this late game cleanup.
I should also say there is a 10 shop in Paradox Cave, but that doesn't get shuffled around the mentions right now.
That only counts in shop sanity.
Yeah.
I guess technically it also counts in veterans.
True. Alright. Purple chest.
20 rupees. So a 70 rupee return on your breadsmith chain today. All right, where to next? After this.
Here's the good thing. We don't really have anything left other than pedestal. Try an extra pedestal, basically.
I have a question for you. Obviously, we're going to be checking the entrance here to Turtle Rock, but I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Have we ever checked the entrance to Skull Woods?
Oh, we still have the back. Okay, so no, you are right. So we have 3 entrances that we haven't actually seen. We have access to 2 of them: the back of Skull Woods, the top of TR, and the light world version of Bumper Cave. So. And we're missing 2 item caves plus TR main, and there's got to be a 4th cave, some 4th something out there that we haven't seen. Of course, the worst would be something like GT being. You know, I just realized we can actually check the GT entrance.
Right, we can. Which is something that gets me all the time.
Okay.
I remember we're losing a race because I got totally lost because I didn't. Oh, Hotel Mario at 2 hours, 3 minutes in.
Yeah, okay, so whatever we check, there's going to be value here. There should only be 3 entrances in the game, and they all have them. Oh god. You know, I always forget that you can... I always write off... Crosskeys.
As I pointed out, I was just saying just a moment ago, I had a DNF in a race because I forgot this existed.
Yeah, I once had a seed where the only entrance was a GT and it had a GT big key.
All right, here we go. What's in here? And that's nothing.
Oh, good.
Okay, game, you're funny. Alrighty, let's see.
What are you gonna do, Zelda? You got not a lot left here.
Skullwood's back.
Skeleton's back. Okay, like, all the entrances are getting... So this is either a 2-item kit, 5-item. So I can appreciate not wanting to check Trinex on this. But you know what? He'll be able to look at pedestal when he checks this now. I believe Zelda checked Magic Bat already. They both had the powder, and it was over at the ferry. Its vanilla location, so...
Brev's checker... Yeah, Brev does have it checked.
Here's
our 5-item cave.
Alright, Zelda, let's see these chest turns.
Over 1. 1 for 2. 1 for 3, and 1 for 4.
All right.
Okay, here's Magic Bat for Brev. Small key to Ice Palace.
You know, we never did have one of those. Well, yeah, here we go. They're gonna go kill us a thing just because we can, and not because we.
Swamp Big, my game. Top file. If it's the Swamp Big that leads to the GT Big, I'm giving up this game.
I don't know, man. Well, here we go. This is. Zelda's got 4 checks left in the game, and then a 5th. All right. Odd big chest.
Nissan, if it's that chain, I'm suing you for pain and suffering.
Oh, good. We could have gotten into Ice Palace, but it doesn't matter. No, like right now, the meanest thing it could be is like the Swamp Big Chest has the cape, and it's the cape to get the bumper ledge, to get the waterfall, to get the pyramid ferry, to get the GT Big. That's like our meanest possible sequence of events right now.
What did I do to you, Top File?
You did nothing.
I feel like I'm getting it from both ends. I'm getting it from the Restreamer. By the way, thank you, Nissan, for restreaming this race, because now this is turning in quite a glorious head chopped off walk through the world of Hyrule.
Yeah. Yeah, and the worst thing is, like, we're still missing the Ice Palace Big Key somewhere. And at this point, the Ice Palace Big Key is actually probably just on the clock.
You watch your mouth.
What?
I mean, you're probably right.
I'm just saying, there's 4 items.
I know.
The GT Big Keys are 5 items, and we're only get 2 more things in logic.
And we do thank you all for spending your Sunday afternoon or evening with us here as we cry in terror.
Yeah, this is such a nice seat for a long time.
This has been a GT hunt for like the last 15 minutes now.
It's been more than 15, but yeah.
Big key to GT. There it is.
Finally.
It is not the pedestal. I don't have to retire from Rando. For now. At 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 55 seconds, Zelda is in go mode.
Yeah, now we get to wonder which one of these 5 chests that we're not going to see GT Big Key. I had our Ice Palace Big Key, and I'm just going to say it's probably...
it's in Swamp Big Chest.
Yeah.
It's in Swamp Big Chest, okay?
All right. Yeah, okay. Breve, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is pretty much the clincher. As Zelga will stay alive for the chance to make it into the play-in race for another week. Brev, unfortunately, with this, will get loss number 3, which will put them in the mathematically eliminated category.
Yeah. Just realistically, like, they could have gotten to that GT big key, or could they? Like, they could have actually. They were actually like very close to. That's because the PR big key was on Mothula, and the Desert Palace big key was in the front of Skullwoods. So, if either of them had opted to go kill Mothula and then immediately kill Trinix, this would have been a faster race.
Yeah, but sometimes
Honestly,
what your mind wants you to do in these seeds is further than what is the optimal path.
oh yeah, no, especially considering like at that point we had a lot of entrances left, and we still haven't seen like 12 items between all of our entrances. So
Yeah, there was too much items available in the caves that were out there. So what Zelga did as far as this last part of the game feels right to him. It felt right to us.
oh yeah,
The answer, of course, was Trinix.
yeah. What actually could have happened if the entrances hadn't laid out like they had was Zelga could have opted to like try to kill Trinex to get to the back to the Mire area and then go do that, because it's it's a quick way for people to get from the front of the back of TR to the front of TR, and then check all the fire rod checks if you skip them.
Yeah, but then we would be in a fresher hell of where the heck is the Desert Big Key, which could be very well been on this climb in Zelga's mind.
Yeah, well, I think he would have found Skullwoods and then found it, but like the problem with that was you couldn't get in there without finding Skullwoods to begin with. So, oh, that's where their last Skullwoods. Oh God, I was wondering where that last TR small that Brev had, that Zelga had, that Brev had skipped.
Helmasaur, yep.
It was Helmasaur, which meant that like.
Well, that's the reason why the game gave us the 6 keys.
Yeah, logically we had to kill every single pedestal pendant boss today, without even getting into if there was something in the Swamp Palace Big Chest.
Yay. And a lamp in the first chest of Agate Tower for good measure.
Yeah.
And this is the kind of seeds that we've been getting with the 100% locations on the Crosskeys.
Yeah, it's a nice. I mean, honestly, like I like the fact that you don't have like self-locking keys and Crosskeys, because I think it makes it harder to make logical reads on where the seed wants you to go.
Yeah, but it can also create some rather funky chains like we're seeing today.
True. Yeah. And by the way, that's all 7 crystals for Bree. And 2 pendants now.
Brave's gonna head over towards the skull back to get that entrance taken care of.
Yeah.
As Zelga gets ready to face off against Ganon. And it doesn't matter what pod you're in this Swiss tournament. This has been a brutal session for a lot of people. I mean, that's the reason why Zelga is currently in the 2 loss pod.
Yeah. I mean, last week Zelga versus Wall Kicks, and Zelga versus Wall Kicks could easily be a playoff matchup in a lot of Crosskeys tournaments. And honestly, we could have seen Wall Kicks versus Brev today, and that's even just as shocking.
All right, can we get the triple to wrap things up here? Yes, we can. Zelga keeps his bracket live intact. Brev sadly will get eliminated with this result, but get your GGs in chat. Zelga has emerged victorious with a just short of a 215.
Yeah, and honestly, the time difference right now is pretty much just a Trinex skill and a climb.
Yep.
So, really not too much of a difference all in all. But a very good race for both runners. And I believe we were being joined by Zelga-san in the concert. GG's, Zelga.
GG's, thank you.
That was kind of it's rare that you ever get a seed where it's like, and Rick and I were commenting on it. It was like it's rare to see that you go and check the GT entrance in Crosskeys and find that it was actually something, and then find it was actually close.
When I went there, I was missing 3 entrances of note: Turtle Rock East, Hype Cave, and Pyramid Ferry. So that's why I was so focused on entrances. Like, I know it has to be Pyramid Ferries at the Southwest Death Mountain Foothills Cave.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing about the seed was the fact that there was just too many item caves still in existence to draw you away from pendant bosses.
I was so close to beating Trinex so long ago, and it never happened. And yeah, I'm legitimately a little surprised to win this. I do know that Hammer and Hookshot before Pearl could have been pretty big, but
it was.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not too surprised to hear that part, at least. But I mean, at the end, whenever you're basically down to last locations after last locations, and going through Turtle Rock to Hookshot Cave was last location. So I was not feeling good for the last probably 45 minutes of this.
And for understandable reasons, because you got into that mode of the seed of where the heck is this last item?
Yeah, pretty much. That's all there is to it. It was just trying to figure out what am I supposed to be doing here, and I'm a little surprised, like I said, to have come out on this, but very happy to.
Yeah, I think one of the other things that you to just touch on a little bit was, so when you were a little bit earlier to chasing that Paradox cave connector chain, and so when Brev went through it and found themselves, they got King of Samaria. When he got out of Pyramid Ferry, he just saved and quit. Whereas you obviously decided, it's not in logic, but it's in logic to bunny walk and check those entrances, but I'm going to go slam myself through Spiral Cave. And Brev just never did that for a while, and that was just kind of... it took them even longer to just even find the hammer hookshot because of that. So
I think we've got Brev throwing in the towel, seeing that Zelga has defeated the seed, so get your GGs in for Brev.
Yeah, that makes sense. The traversal over to Skullwoods area was very bad. So that absolutely makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, early on, that seed was like, you had some really nice connectors, you had some really nice traversal all around the world, and then, it just kind of like, you just hit that wall after finding the disc, probably.
Yeah, it was just, there were too many options, basically, to try and narrow it down, because I still had outstanding item spots, I still had outstanding entrances, and they were important entrances with lots of items. So like I felt like that was probably the priority over one-offs like Trinex, but
yeah.
Yeah, this was the kind of seed that just felt like, for a while there, like it just started to move like molasses, and again, there was just way too many item caves opened up to open up once you got that mirror, which was, to be fair, not necessarily in the best location considering where the mitts were.
Yeah, mitts blocking the mirror was very gross.
Mitts blocking the mirror behind having to go through half a turtle rock.
Yeah, technically I could have done that essentially logically as soon as I got the Moon Pearl, or actually really as soon as I got the boots to put the pearl in logic. But I just it took me way too long to get there, and by the time I realized it well before I did it, but admittedly it took me a while to remember that was an option. So it wasn't like a permanently just put it off thing. It was one of those things that I just kind of, I thought about it later than I should have, and at that point I was like, well, let's just do other stuff instead then.
And greetings to Brev here as well.
Hello.
Yo, GG's.
Yeah, again. That was fun. The start was fun. Nice bits.
Yeah, there were some nice things for a while. I was honestly mostly satisfied with it for the first like 30-40 minutes.
Did you get to Paradox early, like as a bunny?
Apparently, I heard it was earlier. I don't know if I would say it was super early.
You definitely were through Paradox before Brave was, and also to Agate Tower.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because I went to Paradox and then just left and then came back again for the lamp and CT still before getting Pearl. I think it was the last thing I got before Pearl. I'd forgotten about that first check in Hookshot Cave.
Like, Paradox was one thing, but I think what the biggest difference was at the early game was the fact that Zulga did, as a bunny, go into Skull Wood. So therefore, when he went back to get those boots out of GT, also had the hammer and hookshot to complete the entire left side.
Yeah, doing that. Nice. I just sad about the my TR keys. It was silly. I went from like back to the middle, and then when I realized that was good, I was like, oh, I could go front to middle, but I'd already skipped a key. Then I got a key in roller room, so it's like, guess I'm doing that. And then I didn't have a key for Trinex, but I didn't really want to anyway, because I knew the Hera big key was behind all 4 TR smalls, and I'd already like been to Hera, forgetting that I didn't have it, like tried to open the big chest. So that whole thing was like a big black mark in my mind. I was like, once I got my fourth TR key, I was like, okay, I'll think about those things now. Sadly, that was from killing Helmosaurus. Like, if I'd just gone to Trinex, I don't know, like right after Ice, could have been so nice, but oh well.
You both basically full cleared everything. You both killed Helma. Zelga did it a little bit earlier because I think Zelga went back up So like kind of like that first major point of divergence was like after you kind of chased up and yourselves up to the mountain and found the old man safe, but you know, Zelga opted to kind of just clear out those last couple connectors on Death Mountain, entrances on Death Mountain, and found the Paradox Cave and Aga Tower, and then Review on the other hand opted to go back into Pod and check the couple items that you had with that one small key, and then chase the stuff in the back, and then that kind of set yourselves down. That was kind of like where the routes really started to diverge after that.
Mm. Yeah, it was definitely like with Pod right next to Link's house. Just a couple of times I was like, I guess I'll just go do some stuff in Pod while I think about like where I actually probably should be going when everything was bad.
Yeah, so actually, Zelda, I have a question for you. So what did you when you saw the Boon Pearl pop up in Hookshot Cave?
Well, I knew it was boots locked, and then at that point, as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, my boots are extremely restricted to basically something in like GT Tile Room or Eastern Palace was pretty much the only option left, and so obviously I'm going to choose GT Tile Room, and I got lucky. And then I got flippers on left side, which led to the Eastern Dig before too much longer. So I guess I was probably able to get a little bit of efficiency, but having the hammer and the hook shot before the Pearl, I could easily see where that would be a big deal, because without those, getting to the Skullwoods area is really, really bad.
Yeah, I think I did it from like following Spiral Cave, which is how I first got to Vu, and then decided to go north, and I could like loop all the way around if I had to. But Eastern definitely annoyed me because I went in there looking for like parallel boots when I was running low on stuff in the light world, and then just decided to go to Zora right after that and got the big key because I had skipped it at first. But so I figured I was losing some time there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I opted to do Zora, but you didn't check the Lake Island. You probably would have. That probably would have been a little more fortuitous. But
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I just think it's pretty fun seed overall. Like I was enjoying it for the most part until it just got down to hunting the GT big. So glad it was mostly a good seed, and GG's and good luck for the next rounds.
Yeah, just echo all that. It was pretty fun. Like kind of like you said when I first joined, when you opening the GT entrance looking for items in Crosskeys, you're playing something a little special. So it was a lot of fun, and big GGs and best of luck going forward.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'm just sad we never saw where the Ice Palace big key was. I'm just gonna assume that it's like in Swamp Palace or in water in the pyramid. Sorry.
I did find out about the swamp big on the head, like right at the end. So that was where I would have been going next. Did you see that, Zelga?
Yeah, that's what finally eventually led me to go back to Go Trinex, is when I found that.
Hype Cave was the Hype Cave was the entrance at the back of Skullwoods. I can't remember if you found it or not. Yeah, I was that seed was just like, and Pyramid Fairy has to be like the Light World Bumper Cave entrance upper. So
yeah, but I wasn't sure like what connectors there were to lead to that, but I must just be forgetting about something.
It would have to be a vanilla bumper cave, essentially vanilla.
Oh yeah.
I think with that being said, we should get ready to wrap things up here for this broadcast. Any closing thoughts for both of you?
No, just happy to get all these good matches in this tournament. It's been crazy. So I'm gonna play at the Swiss anyway for sure. And good luck to Zelga. Hope to see you make bracket, which is a crazy thing to be saying to Zelga. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to need the luck, so I appreciate it. And GG's. Yeah, this is a tough match I didn't want to see in a elimination race, for sure. So a lot of respect for you. So really appreciate the good race and having a good time. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Top Final. Thank you, Rick. Yeah, thank you guys so much for hosting us as well. And
Definitely.
looking forward to the next one.
And of course, thank you to both of you for allowing Alex to get this race onto the air. Top File, we've learned a few things today, didn't we?
Yeah, sometimes the randomizer just continues to find ways to surprise people.
And on that note, let's go ahead and thank everyone for joining us, and we'll see what winds up happening. It looks like Alex will be doing another Restream coming up here tomorrow morning, 4 a.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Central European Time. Humbug versus one of Zelga's previous opponents, Eris.
Yeah, I'll be watching that.
I'm gonna, if I'm up, I'll be watching it.
So have yourself a good day. Thank you for joining us. Take it away, Alex.